What advice would you give to somebody like AJ?
That he has a lot of talent and not to get discouraged. He only loses when he quits. When you quit, all the doors of opportunities close. You know what I mean? You have to be game, and then for the fit. Don't get discouraged if you lose. Listen, you just lost. You may have got $30 million. You should give Usyk a kiss and say, "Can we do this again?" Don't let this internalize you. Oh, I can't fight now. This white boy kicked my ass. People are laughing at me. No, he kicked my ass for $50 million or $30 million. I hope he kicks my ass again. But this time it might not work out that way. I'm gonna kick his ass. I just think the more time you lay off, the worse you get. You have to fight to be the best. You have to do it more and more and more.
Mike Tyson has finally reacted to the wild matchup between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, and the fight world is losing its mind. Because if there's one man who truly understands heavyweight power, real danger, and the psychology of standing across from giants, it's Iron Mike. And the way he broke this fight down has shocked fans everywhere. Tyson started by admitting what most people don't want to say out loud. Jake Paul is not the clueless YouTuber people still pretend he is. Tyson has trained with Jake. He's sparred with him. He's seen him up close. He's publicly said that Jake Paul has real knockout power and the kind of mental obsession that pushes him further than people expect. Tyson even went as far as saying Jake has something very few fighters possess: pure confidence mixed with zero fear of embarrassment.
Are incredibly good in the respect of when there's an unbelievable opportunity for a fighter. We saw it with Taylor Serrano. They get it. Obviously here, there needed to be a commercial benefit of allowing AJ to do it. So that was part of a negotiation, but it was all very fair. And one of the reasons that we're taking this fight away from the money, and this applies to the Zone and Turkey Sheikh, is we're the hottest thing in boxing right now. All of a sudden, boom, straight back in. And when he knocks Jake Paul out, the profile in America, the profile around the world, we're the hottest thing in boxing. AJ, all over again. So that's what we're saying, that the Zone, Turkey Sheikh, you're going to get AJ back in 2026 as the #1 star in the sport. And there'll be some people watching who's going, oh, no, he's not. So, who will be bigger than AJ? Right now, after Miami's press conference today, and after he does a job on Jake Paul, who's the biggest star in boxing?
I already know for a fact that he is not allowed to get knocked out within the first, probably half of the fight, and they're probably gonna let him let loose towards the end. You guys are all gonna see a fight where in the first 4 or 5, it's just gonna look like, oh, how come Anthony Joshua's not engaging that much? And in the last 3 rounds, Joshua's just gonna start laying the hammer. And if Jake doesn't get knocked out, it's like, dude, Jake, he's with the heavyweight. Jake is going to come out looking good. And guess what? Joshua's gonna make a fat check.
Well, I think you just ruined my dreams a little bit, dude. I was really excited for this fight, and now I'm not so excited.
That was real, man.
It's gonna be on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, thank God it's free.
They're talking right now about doing Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul. What? Jake Paul apparently wants that fight. And he agreed to, I think it was 99% to 1, where Joshua gets 99% of the money and he gets 1%.
Well, my thoughts on it is that Jake Paul's had a lot of accusations over the years for a guy who's had no amateur fights. What's he had, about 10 or 12 fights? Yeah, fights. I'm not sure what he's had. And, you know, you look at the opposition he's had, and people saying, when's he going to fight somebody? He stepped up. He's stepping up to a 2-time world champion, a genuine heavyweight, a proper heavyweight champion, and an active fighter. And this is a big moment for him. And you've got to take your hat off to him for that. As regarding AJ, I'm sure AJ's wants to fight back after that unbelievable loss he had against Daniel Dubois. That quite an emphatic loss. He wants to come back, get himself, dip his toe in the water. He's going to get paid a lot of money for this. This fight's going to generate a lot of money because for me, it's a fighter. Jake Paul's going to be a massive underdog against a big favourite, a big odds-on favourite. Can he do it or not? This is a car crash, and people will watch it. That's what people do at car crashes, and that's what this is.
If you don't win this fight in 30 seconds, there's going to be 2 things thrown at him. One, a lot of people are going to say, you can't stop Jake Paul. You're terrible. You're never any good. So forget he was 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. Who's the fellow that's trouble with Jake Paul? And God forbid he gets beat. Imagine if he got beat, or he gets dropped, or the rest of his career count pretty much for nothing in most people's eyes. And the second thing is, if he does take him rounds, if he does hold him up, if he does play the game and get a few rounds in, and it's a bit of an exhibition style thing, he'll never be taken serious by most paying public ever again. So I just think it's a no-win situation for Anthony Joshua, apart from the 50 million quid, of course, which is not too bad.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is crazy.
Who you got in this fight?
I gotta go Jake.
Oh God.
Who the fuck is he fighting? Jake's good.
I'm not betting on this fight.
Why?
Joshua's good.
That's your man.
That combination is dangerous. That combination can topple giants. But then Tyson shifted the conversation to Anthony Joshua, and this is where the tone changed. Mike said, if Jake Paul wants to survive in the ring with a man like Joshua, he needs more than confidence, that he needs skill, that he needs footwork, that he needs discipline. Because Anthony Joshua isn't Nate Robinson. He isn't Tyron Woodley. He isn't Ben Askren. He's a two-time heavyweight world champion with the kind of knockout power that can change a man's life with a single clean shot. Tyson explained that AJ's size isn't just big, it's overwhelming. The weight gap, the reach, the muscle density, the ring IQ, all of it creates a mountain Jake has never climbed. Tyson said Jake cannot march forward the way he normally does. He can't just load up on right hands. He can't let his ego run the show. Because if he gets clipped clean by a true heavyweight punch, especially from someone like Joshua, the night is over.
Goes Jake Paul. The cojones this motherfucker has, from a Disney kid to YouTube to he can fight anyone, get views, and make fucking money. This crazy wild boy sends out the bat signal, the British bat signal for Anthony motherfucking Joshua. You know how crazy that is? I will say this, I don't think any of Jake Paul's fights are fixed in any capacity at all. Not even close. I don't get down that narrative. Again, I know online that's a fun narrative, all that shit. I will say this though, my spidey senses will go off if Anthony Joshua doesn't absolutely mop the floor with him. Now, kudos to Jake for taking this fight. My God, dude, you are a brave young man. You deserve every cent for that fight. My word, dude, there's so much respect. So much respect. He worked so hard at the craft. That's amazing. Kudos to you. Here's the reality. Anthony Joshua is a gold medalist in the Olympics. He's a multiple-time world champion. He's fought the best of the best. He's not really over the hill either. If Jake Paul was just another boxer with his resume and his experience, you know, he's about a mid-blue belt. If we're giving you belts like jiu-jitsu, he's probably a blue belt, fighting in main events and all this stuff. If this fight isn't an absolute domination by Anthony Joshua, my spidey senses will go off. Now, that's not to say that I'm not saying Jake Paul has any language in the contract. There's no foul play whatsoever on Jake Paul's part. My skeptical hippo eyes or my spidey senses will come off that Anthony Joshua's not taking this real and he's not putting his best performance forward.
But Tyson also pointed out something important. If Jake Paul fights smart, if he uses movement, speed, and refuses to stand still and trade like a traditional heavyweight, he can create problems for Joshua simply through unpredictability. Mike said, sometimes the most dangerous fighter is the one who's not supposed to be there. The fighter with nothing to lose. The fighter who swings with chaos and hits you from angles you never trained for. Tyson also talked about Jake's mindset, saying he respects him because Jake chooses hard fights. He chases challenges. He wants to test himself in ways most fighters avoid. And that mentality is something Tyson genuinely admires. But let's be clear, Tyson knows what the world knows. If Anthony Joshua shows up focused, sharp, and disciplined, Jake Paul is stepping into a furnace with one of the hardest punchers of this generation. Tyson said the only way Jake survives is by staying unemotional. He has to fight smart, fight efficient, and avoid that one catastrophic moment where Joshua lands a perfect heavyweight bomb. Mike Tyson's final point shocked fans. He said people need to stop acting like Jake Paul has zero chance. Every fighter has a chance. But beating Anthony Joshua would require Jake Paul to fight a flawless fight. No mistakes, no ego, no reckless exchanges. Because one wrong move against Joshua can shut off the lights instantly. This matchup has now become one of the most unpredictable showdowns of the year. A former heavyweight champion against a chaotic wild card who has flipped the boxing world upside down.